Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We were studying about what was the topic, what, uh, what was the name of the sutta. During our 2 weeks, we started a new discussion about about declining spiritual progress. And actually it was about a certain incident in Buddha's life. The sutta was about Buddha's parinibbāna. That means Buddha's passing away, the last days of the Buddha. So in the teaching, there was many special practices Buddha was sharing for the protection of his teachings in the world. While Buddha was heading to the city where Buddha passed away, he was talking with the monks and he meets other people and also other practitioners. So Buddha was sharing all those teachings as a summary, what Buddha was speaking all his lifetime. Buddha lived for 80 years. This was the last 3 months in this sutta. And for 45 years as an enlightened being, Buddha taught teachings to enlighten others. And Buddha taught teachings to develop mindfulness, peace, clarity for others, and very especially to escape from samsara, rebirth. Now there, Buddha shared a few points about what leads to the decline of a meditator, what leads to spiritually decline, and also what leads to spiritually grow. Can someone share with me something you learned? Let's check your memory about last week. You don't have to go everything, but just something you learned last week. Yes, too much work misses the point of spiritual life, because if we only concern about the work, it won't bring spiritual progress. Does that make sense? Today you reduce your time to reduce your works to come to the monastery. You don't do works here. You sit down and you meditate. But still, probably mind is wandering to the works you should do in the future, or something was not right in the past. Even though that we work up until the end of our lives, we need to also we need to once in a while go to a monastery and should meditate and try to be with us. Okay? It was first one. What are the other things? Yeah, relishing speech, relishing speech, relishing talk. That is lead to spiritual decline. Uh, Excessive talk, excessive speech, like too much talk. Why? Because it doesn't concentrate the mind. Third one, sleep. If someone were to sleep all day long, it won't help to the growth of the spiritual life, let alone enlightenment. Okay, because there are some enjoyments in these things, like only thinking about the work, only thinking about the speech, only thinking about the sleep. There is an like enjoyment. So we fall into that trap and that spiral. So no way that we can come out from that. And we don't have more life, like big number of years. So we need to practice something spiritual. Okay, few more from the Zoom, from my Zoom friends. Don't be afraid to speak. Can you share something with me?
Relishing company.
Yes, relation company, having corrupt wishes, and having bad friends. Okay, those were the six things leads to decline, spiritual decline. Okay, with our experience, if someone were to associate with a bad friend, what happened to their life? Will their life going to be a success? I mean, let's say spiritually, materially would be a success, who knows? But if we are associating with the friend who teach us about how to harm, how to steal, how to sexual misconduct, how to deceive others, will that gonna be a successful life? What do you think? A bad friend? No. Having a bad influence into life? What happened to the life? Why you look scared? Don't scared to talk. Yeah. Yes, so the bad friend is the ultimate point here, which means the biggest reason for the decline in spiritual life is the bad friends. When someone were to associate with a bad friend, well, there is an enjoyment, but if we don't receive any support for our spiritual happiness, the life can be a decline. Decline of the life means that a person will have no any inner joy, inner happiness. Yes. Okay, those were the 7 points. And today we study the next part of the sutta. We study the next part. Buddha say like this: I will teach you 7 more principles that prevent decline. How many? 7 more principles. As long as the mendicants, which means the practitioners, develop the perception of impermanence, they can expect growth, not decline. As long as practitioners doing what? Develop what? Yeah, perception of impermanence. That means you develop a meditation. Perception of impermanence means a term to the impermanence meditation. As long as a person practicing impermanence meditation, it leads to growth in their spiritual life. In the first parts in the sutta, in the teaching, Buddha spoken about how we live in the world and how those things outside affect us to grow, spiritually grow and spiritually decline. But here, Buddha say how inner world can be used to spiritually success, spiritually grow. Which means spiritually growth means, what do you think? What is spiritual growth? When it comes to our day-to-day life, if we get less anger, is it spiritual growth? What do you think? If we can tolerate, if you can have some peace of mind, if you can easily let go of problems, if we can forget about worries easily, if we don't have regrets, if we have less regrets, is it growth in the spiritual life? Yes, it will be a growth, because when we sit down to meditate, the meditation would be success. And if we have some trauma, like long gone trauma, if we can easily let go of that, it's a spiritual success. I'm just trying to take this to day-to-day life understanding. Let's say there is a person who developed perception of impermanence. Those ones are having less distractions in their heart. They don't carry lots of burdens in their life and suffer inside. What is impermanence? What is the meaning of impermanence? How do you know impermanence?
All things are subject to change.
Yes. Someone in this room, do you remember in our discussions we studied about impermanence? It's not just subject to change, but we understood it according to the Buddha's definition. Buddha say whatever the conditioned things means everything, okay? Everything. Only Nibbana, enlightenment is unconditioned. Enlightenment in Buddhism is unconditioned. Every other things are conditioned. Buddha say whatever the conditioned things, impermanent. What is impermanent? I got the correct answer for that right now. What is impermanence according to the Buddha's teachings? Buddha defines it is when there is an arising, when there is a ending, changing, arising, cessation. Do you know what cessation means? Stops, ceases, cessation. Arising, cessation, and in between, change. What they say, upado panyayati, vayo panyayati, titasanyatatta panyayati. If you understand impermanence, you need to understand all these 3 points, not just one. You said only the middle part, like the changing. But Buddha didn't say like it's okay, friends, monks, it's just changing. Though that it's popular in our popular culture, we say like, oh, let go, it's just impermanent, it's just changing. But if we were to truly understand that impermanence, we should be enlightened. I mean, deep within, if we know in our life that everything is changes, impermanent. But we just limit that definition to the changing, probably because that everyone understands this when we say that. But ultimately, in deep within, Buddha say everything changes because our life is conditioned. No place in the life, in our consciousness, in our body, in our mind, that is stopped. Okay? Buddha say arises, yes, ceases, vanishes, and changes. We have pain. For whatever the reason, we have pain because we don't know arising, vanishing, change, because of ignorance. Okay? In Buddhism, even the consciousness is conditioned. That's what Buddha saw in the meditation. He zoomed out to the consciousness and saw it's just a play of conditions. There are some works in the mind separately, feelings, perceptions, and all those things does not have a permanent entity. Yes. Because of we don't know, because we don't know, we suffer, we feel pain. Because we don't know the truth, because we don't see the reality, we have ignorance. Because of ignorance, we carry all those things. Even when it comes to anger, sometimes we keep anger within us. Because of our ignorance, we try to make it permanent. Otherwise, we don't need to make the anger permanent. Just anger arises and it vanishes. Okay? Okay, I don't want to confuse. I won't go into more details because it could be just a confusing topic. But here, when they say, you develop perception of impermanence. It's a very good way to let go like bad thoughts, like negative thoughts, if you know impermanence. How do we apply the impermanence to the negative thoughts? Let's say that you don't need a kind of an angry thought. What can you do for that? How do you apply that impermanence to this like negative thought, angry thought? According to Dhamma knowledge? Very good. Yes, that's really help. If we see about the situation, that person said this to me, and because of that I got angry. So we try to unravel the situation, we got angry. Then we see clearly, what else? What else can we do? Let's say we left the place. We don't have the situation anymore. But now the anger is inside. Let's say we are driving, but the thought is like working in the mind. What do we do? Yes. Yes, you do loving kindness meditation. But I want the answer from the impermanence meditation. Yes, we try to see clearly that the thought is impermanent. It has an arising, it has an vanishing, cessation, it hasn't changed. When you do the reflection, do this reflection over and over again, the mind starts to understand the reality of the life, reality of the thought. It understands, oh yes, that's true, the thought is impermanent. So gradually it fades away. That's how the teaching works, and that's how we meditate. That's how we control thoughts. Gradually fades away. The more you understand the impermanence, the more power, authority you get over the thought. So you slowly reduce its power. Again, it comes back, pops up. You think it has an arising. Don't think just in changing. Just try to think, oh, this has an arising. Why? Because the thought is not just carries changing, but it carries arising and vanishing and change. Because one day a person asked me, okay, in my workplace, so I go there, so there is a person that I don't really like, so this person is doing bad things, saying bad things, and doing things to get angry. But I think that is changing. But why? I'm going every day to that place. I'm seeing this person every day, but you say it's changing. But no, I can't change my job. So what do you mean by changing? So this impermanence is actually understanding a deeper truth, liberating ourselves from deep within. Even though that we go the second day, is that the same person goes go to the workplace second day? What do you think? It was a changed person. I mean, like ourselves are changing continuously. Our thoughts are changing continuously. If we are thinking about a thought that why I can't let go, the pain is that thought itself is changing, which means every thoughts are changing. If we are searching for a liberation from impermanent things, we won't find that. So what we develop is kind of a knowledge to see the things as it is. If someone is going to harm you, you can take an action for that, but that doesn't mean you need to suffer inside. Let's say second day you go to that place, let's say that person goes to that place and this person again start to yell. You again hear the sound that person tells, but everything are changing. The ear is changing, the sound is changing, the thought you carry is changing. The thought is changing. Yes. So we don't see any place in whatsoever that there is a permanent thing, and that is the liberation. Sorry, friends. That's how we let go the uh, attachment we have. Okay. So we develop impermanence meditation for whatever we interacting with. Impermanence is said to be like a light to a dark room. When light enters the dark room, everything illuminates, everything becomes clear. You just do impermanence meditation on breathing, but it shows you entire life as impermanent. It doesn't mean that you stop your life. Okay, it's impermanent. Let's go. I will jump off a cliff because everything is impermanent. No, that is the strength. That is the confidence. That is the fearlessness. That is where we don't tremble. Why? Because it's a light. We see everything arising, changing, arising, changing, and vanishing, ceasing. Now just think about this moment, in this present moment, and now think about the morning time. Do you have morning right now? You don't have that morning right now. It was already gone. And now you are in this moment. And this moment will also going to change to the future. We will go to the future and this moment will also going to change. So you get the vision of your life that everything is changing. So it's the relief, it's the freedom, it's the liberation. Okay? Don't expect that this will come to you just by thinking once or twice. But when we reflect over and over again, and this life shows you impermanence, and that reduces the pain. Okay. I tried to share something about impermanence. If you have some thoughts, you can share with me. I like to talk about something that doesn't make sense. But if you give me your thoughts so I can talk about this topic. Looks everyone understands the impermanence. It's good. Let's go to the next part. Oh, let's see how Buddha taught the impermanence meditation, because Buddha said that if a person were to do the impermanence meditation, that person will not decline from the spiritual life. Okay, let's see how the person does this. And what is the perception of impermanence? It is when a mendicant has gone to the wilderness or to the root of a tree or to an empty hut and reflects like this. Now you are in an empty place, like you are in a meditation hall, a place like that. This person thinks form impermanent, feeling impermanent, perception impermanent, choices you make impermanent, your consciousness impermanent. And so they meditate observing impermanence in the fire grasping aggregates. This is called perception of impermanence. So the form is our body. Body is impermanent. Feeling means our feelings, happy, sadness, impermanent. Perception means just the things that this person said when that person go to the workplace, that there is a person who is treating bad, so I was living in that place. It's a perception. This person take the perception. This person is doing this and that, perception. Choices means your decisions, the plans you make. Those are too impermanent. And the consciousness is our awareness, and that's too impermanent. So this person go to the peaceful place and close eyes and think, this body is impermanent, my feelings are impermanent, my perceptions are impermanent, choices are impermanent, consciousness is impermanent. When you do that impermanence meditation, you won't find permanent in there. You don't find something to hang on in all of these things. You don't find in the body to live forever in the body. Can we live forever in the body? You don't find feelings to be latched onto. You don't find happiness to be forever. Can we make happiness forever? Can we make sadness forever? You try to see the perceptions. Okay, this is a very good place to understand. There are friends that I know. The first days, they were friends with me. And after a few years, they got angry at me and they left. But the first perception I had about the friend was that, oh, wow, this is my friends. This is the person that I'll never find another like you. So this person is very friendly to me. But what happened? Oh no, the perception was changed. But I perceived this person will be forever my friend. But the world is not that way, like it changed. World is changing our perception. That's the most dangerous thing, like the way that we perceived was changing. Yeah. And the choices, which means decisions. Are the decisions we make are forever? No. Are those things permanent forever? We're going to stay the same. The things we make as decisions? No. Choices means not just decisions, but whatever willed actions like sankhara, which means the things you think, the words you speak, the bodily actions you do, these are also impermanent. And consciousness, your awareness, Probably you can know that how much consciousness is impermanent, that when you're going to meditate, you focus your mind to your breathing, and after split seconds, you are lost among somewhere. But if it were to be permanent like a solid rock, it would be stay the same with the breath. Yeah. Buddhism teaches consciousness as impermanent. Buddha say if you want to take something as permanent, just simply take your body to be permanent, because you can see you are growing, you have 20 years old, you have 30 years old, you have 50, 60. You see your body like growing, but never take consciousness as permanent. Why? Because you can't keep that consciousness forever, because it changes really, really, really fast. Um, with this understanding, what I shared was the impermanence understanding, and this is that light that let go all the pain in the life, and that's the true nature of the life. So we see that these things are impermanent, so we don't feel sad. For the most part, sadness is a mental one. We make sadness in our head, and we increases the sadness. Let's say one example before I end the discussion. Let's say for an example that we have a body pain. When there is body pain, it will be a sensation in the body, suffering, sadness. I have back pain. Let's say knee pain. Then what comes next is that our thinking, well, habitual thinking about the pain over and over again. Oh, what will going to happen to me? I won't last long. I don't know what's wrong with me. I should better talk to my friends and tell this big thing is going to happen. And I'm in very big insecurity. I don't know what to do. So my world will collapse. So no one will smile at me. No one will talk to me. And they will neglect me. They will separate from me because I have back pain. It's just thinking in the head and trying to increase the pain inside and suffer. But they say you see the feeling just as it is. There is pain feeling in my back, and that pain cannot make permanent. We see that this pain in my body is arising, ceasing, vanishing, and changing. A big relief. The moment, I don't say the first step that you will let go that feeling forever, but when you understand the exact moment that this feeling is arising, vanishing, ceasing and changing, you let go that pain. It won't be a pain anymore. You won't suffer inside your mind because you see the reality. But the first place, you try to run from the reality. I don't know what's going to happen to me. So you just beat yourself by thinking over and over again. But all you had to do is to know that it is impermanent. Just arising, just vanishing, and it's just changing. Then you observe the feeling as it is. When the conditions are right, it will go away. When you have a back pain, what do you do? Like, let's say, let's let go all the Buddhism and the mindfulness stuff. Let's forget about everything. What do you do when you have back pain? And worse, if it is worse, yes, we go to doctor. We go to the doctor and we take, what I do is like, I take the balm. You know, the balm, you apply the back, so then you feel so relaxed. The touch, the contact will go away because you're massaging with the balm, so you feel relaxed. you changed the conditions. That's why the feeling like left you. That's why the feeling released. But that's not the problem. Problem is inside we are thinking unnecessarily. That doesn't mean that for the entire like bodily feelings that we go and see the doctor. But we try to manage with that understanding. For the most pains, I don't know, like the simple pains, we don't need doctors. Let's say we have knee pain, we stretch our leg and we feel relaxed in our knee. So we did that by changing the conditions. Contact, we change the contact. Yeah. So as the same with the thoughts. Anger arises. Oh, this ugly man said this to me, that to me. Why this person did this to me, that to me. We can, if our mind is a kind of a thing that wanders, like we trained our mind to wander all over the place. Yeah, it will bring you entire sufferings and so many problems to your heart. But if you develop impermanence, is the liberation. Just trust this impermanence meditation. Buddha said, you see form as impermanent, feeling as impermanent, perception, choices, consciousness as impermanent. You let go all the suffering, you see the reality. Okay, friends? Thank you so much for joining. So, let's try to do a short meditation. Supreme Buddha taught me about impermanence, that everything arises, everything vanishes, and everything changes. Whatever in my life, that my body has an arising, a ceasing, and a change. My hair, my nails, teeth, skin, flesh, and everything in this body has an arising, vanishing, and change. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Think form is impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Now the feelings. I feel a happy feeling. I feel painful feeling. And neutral. These feelings are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Feeling has an arising, vanishing, and a change. All the feelings whatsoever are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The perceptions, whatever that I recognized, all the perceptions are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Perceptions has an arising, vanishing, and a change. The choices that I make, my willed actions, are arising, vanishing, and changing. Choices are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. My consciousness, awareness, arising, vanishing, and changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever worries I have, arising, vanishing, and changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever regrets I have, arising, vanishing, and changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever the unwanted, fearful thoughts I have, arising, vanishing, and changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever the unpleasant words others speak to me, arising, vanishing, changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever the hurtful memories I carry, arising, vanishing, and changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Whatever the anxieties I have, arising, vanishing, changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. The bodily pain I have, my knee pain, back pain, or head pain, headache, arising, vanishing, changing. Impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Everything arising, vanishing, changing. Whatever conditioned has an arising, has an vanishing, and has an change. Impermanent, 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 impermanent. Please do this meditation in your day-to-day life. And if you found something permanent, please let me know next week. Okay. Allow your experience to believe. Don't believe just by listening. Try it yourself. Thank you so much. Let's share the merits we collected today. We meditated loving kindness, breathing meditation. We studied numerous Buddhist teachings, and we also meditated on impermanence. May all the devas rejoice in our good actions. May they increase in their health, beauty, protection, and their life, and their sovereignty, whatever they have in their lives. May they soon attain the perfect bliss of their mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all our departed relatives be happy about our good actions. May they rejoice in our good actions. May they soon attain the perfect bliss of their mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Whoever are suffering and in pain because of the war going on in the world, whoever in hard times in their lives, may everyone, by the power of our compassion and kindness, may they protected and may they secured, and may every one of them receive their food and water and every protection. And by the power of this merit, may everyone who are suffering because of the war be able to attain their liberation, their perfect bliss of their mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Whoever supported us for this meditation retreat have all the merits in their lives. May they rejoice in this, and may they live long, be healthy, be happy, and by the power of this merit, may they soon attain the perfect bliss of their mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Finally, may every one of you also rejoice in this merit. May you live long, be healthy, be happy, and be protected. By the power of this merit, may you soon able to attain the perfect bliss of your mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much. Take care, friends. May you be well.